네, 안녕하세요. 오늘 그랜드 챌린지 특집으로 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 시니테크 전화성 대표입니다. 여기는 이제 저희 시니테크 스타트업 스튜디오고요. 오늘 이제 소개해드릴 부분이 이제 K-스타트업 그랜드 챌린지에 대해서 좀 설명드리고, 이번에 저희가 이제 보육한 팀이 또 2위를 했습니다. 좀 설명드리도록 하겠습니다. K-스타트업 그랜드 챌린지부터 제가 좀 소개를 드리도록 하겠습니다. 그 한국 및 아시아에 진출하고자 하는 전 세계 스타트업들을 발굴해서 한국에 진출하는 그런 사업입니다. 지금까지 올해 5년 차를 맞고 있고요. 평균 경쟁률 자체가 수십 대 1의 경쟁률을 뚫고 해외 스타트업들이 이제 한국 시장을 개척하기 위해서 들어오는 그런 사업이라고 설명드릴 수가 있습니다. 그동안 CNT테크는 이제 2017년부터 올해까지 이게 4년 연속으로 이제 그랜드 챌린지 엑셀러레이터로 선정이 되었고 운영을 하고 있는데요. 그동안 이제 저희 실적을 좀 말씀드리면은 2017년에 저희가 1위, 4위를 배출했습니다. 이지 프레쉬, 쿨팜이라는 회사고요. 2018년에는 저희가 3위를 배출했습니다. 근데 3위 STA 프로라는 회사인데 굉장히 의미 있었던 3위인 것이 사실 대부분 이제 그 그랜드 챌린지 수상 기업들이 이제 유럽이나 미국 기업들이 많은데 처음으로 동남아 기업을 저희가 이제 3위를 만들어서 당시 좀 주목을 받았었습니다. 작년이 사실 CNT테크가 가장 빛났었던 보육의 해였습니다. 작년에 이제 무려 저희가 보육한 기업이 NR2 1위, 또 인스파이어미 코리아 3위, EK 포크 4위 해서 총 3개 기업이 이제 탑4에 드는 이제 저희가 굉장히 좋은 성과를 냈고요. 올해도 이제 로켓십이 이제 2위를 차지하면서 저희가 이런 해외 스타트업들을 한국에 잘 정착시키고 보육하는 그런 성과를 이어갈 수가 있었습니다. 실제 이렇게 기사가 많이 났습니다. 올해도 이제 이번에 로켓십이 이제 2위를 차지하면서 또 많은 기사가 났고, 또 로켓십이 굉장히 의미가 있는 것이 한국에서 실제 로켓십은 스타트업을 이제 보육할 수 있는 이런 그 플랫폼을 운영하는 기업이고, 미국에서의 어떤 노하우, 이런 해외에서의 노하우를 기반으로 한국 시장에 좀 진출을 하고자 하는 그런 의미 있는 스타트업입니다. 네, 그런 로켓십 대표를 만나보도록 하겠습니다. Hi.
Great.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
This is our Saint Tech Startup Studio.
Yeah.
You are first foreigner.
Yes.
I feel very honorable.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my honor.
So, okay, how feel your this year the number 2 award? How feel?
I feel really grateful. We have gotten so much support from NIPA, KSGC, CNT Tech has been amazing to us, and Be the Seed, Station Neo. We've had like a family of support helping us to settle our business in Korea and get those initial customers and partners that we need to create a real business in the Korean market.
Very good. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready for presentation?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, shall we go?
Absolutely. So during the next 5 minutes, I'd like to share with everybody who's watching our vision for Rocketship and how we plan to help some of the world's best companies, including multinationals, to hire more talent in Korea. So we live in a world today where the workforce is going through massive changes. And COVID-19 and an economic recession has actually accelerated the pace at which companies are automating away jobs. So it's expected that in the next 5 years, jobs like accounting, business services, business administration, customer service, these types of jobs are largely going to be disappearing, while many new jobs are going to be created, such as software development, digital marketing, innovation management. These jobs are growing and in very high demand. But the problem is that people are not reskilling fast enough. There is a gap in time between the reskilling process and the actual job placement. And so our solution with Rocketship is to add community to the reskilling process by including hiring managers and industry mentors in the actual reskilling. We can close the gap between reskilling and job placement. And so Rocketship, our goal is to supercharge the online learning experience by adding community to curriculum. And so what we do, we call it the Career Accelerator, where we bring together the teachers, and then our platform, we help them connect with hiring managers from multinational corporations, and also industry mentors who want to be involved in helping these students to reskill and transition their careers. And so let me give you guys a brief demo of the core features of Rocketship. So we have an online course builder where teachers can set up their courses with on-demand contents and also live events. And where we really become different from other solutions is that we help them to build a community. And this community includes hiring mentors and hiring managers and industry mentors. And so we connect the hiring managers with lots of different top teachers. That's actually the key value proposition that we bring to the table, is that we already have a network of 1,600 global mentors and 23 Fortune 500 companies who actually want to hire talent in Korea and hire people who are reskilling. And so we also provide the data and the metrics around performance of the students, so that way the hiring managers are confident in hiring somebody based on their performance during the course. And what we provide for the students is now more transparency into the actual job placement. So if you want to reskill and change your career before you even sign up for a course, now you can see what the job placement success rate is from that program and also what companies are hiring from that program. And so our competitive advantage is network effects, because what happens is we serve as a marketplace where hiring managers, multinationals come to us, and then we connect them with the best teachers. And so being a teacher on our platform, we continuously introduce to those teachers the best mentors and the best companies that are hiring. And our business model has two parts. The first is marketplace model, where we share a commission with the teachers. And the second part is B2B, where we charge a license fee between $5K to $50K per year based on the functionality. So when it comes to Korea, that's a very common question, is why did I decide to come to Korea? What's the benefit to the Korean market? And so there's really two main benefits, I think. I think one is that Korea is one of the most innovative countries in the world, especially when it comes to talent here. And Korea was ranked #1 in Asia globally this year by Bloomberg as on the Innovation Index, and #2 globally. It's been top 3 for 9 consecutive years. So Korea is just this hotbed of talent. And when it comes to multinational companies, which I've spent most of my career working with multinational companies and doing training programs with them, they have a big pain in Korea. This is just from my observation from talking with these companies. And two examples that come to mind, one is Amazon Korea. They've actually been looking for an innovation manager in Busan for 8 months. This is one of those really high growth job positions, but they're unable to find somebody. As well, when it comes to Johnson & Johnson, one of the VPs of HR has actually been asking me if she can mentor for free in order to get access to data science graduates. So we found that global companies especially are very hungry to hire talent in Korea, and these are just a few of the ones that are asking us to build out our solution so they can hire more talent here. And I think it's a unique value that we can bring, being a cross-border company, an international company. We can work with these international companies to help them do better hiring in Korea. And so when it comes to the online education market, it's a really big market in Korea. It's the biggest per capita. It's a $6 billion market, and 83% of that is adults who are reskilling in order to accelerate their current path or they're transitioning to a new job. And already, just by being a part of KSGC, from the great support that we've gotten from C&T and others, we have signed 6 MOUs with Korean partners who are going to help us expand into this market, and we already completed 2 pilots where we actually used the software with students in Korea, helping them to train up, and they were very happy with the platform and it worked really well. So we've already generated 11 million Korean won in revenue, and we have a sales pipeline of over 1,000 B2B education programs, which with more funding, with the right team, we can execute on this to generate $1.6 million in revenue in the first year. And so our team actually has a successful track record when it comes to building education and SaaS businesses and also exiting them. My background, I'm a serial entrepreneur. My last business, one of them was called Lean Startup Machine, which is a training program that we hosted all around the world to help entrepreneurs launch their businesses. And we also started a SaaS business called Javelin, and we exited both those companies earlier this year with my co-founder, Grace. We are very excited to be joined by a new co-founder, Shi-Hoon Kim, who actually graduated from KAIST and was a lead developer at Mana EA. And I met him 4 years ago through my last company, Lean Startup Machine, when we hosted a program with KAIST. And he was the winner of that competition. So he's a very amazing person. I'm really excited. And so we're backed by some great investors already. We have China Accelerator, which is part of SOSV, Artesian, and also Wise Planet Partners in Korea. And our plan over the next 8 months is to grow our team. We have a 105 million Korean won budget in order to hire 4 more people, attract 10 partners, and reach 20 million Korean won in monthly revenue. Our longer term goal is really to build out Korea as our head of R&D and product development and a gateway to larger Asia. A lot of even US investors ask me why Asia, and the truth is that if you look within a 5-hour flight of Hong Kong, more than 4 billion people live between a 5-hour flight of Hong Kong. So Asia is definitely the future, and we see Korea as the best gateway into Asia for us. So yeah, that's basically my pitch. My name is Trevor. I am the CEO of Rocketship, and we are here to help the world's best companies to hire more talent in Korea.
Okay, thank you, Trevor.
Yeah.
Very good presentation.
Thank you.
So I think that your SaaS platform,
Yeah.
so your SaaS platform not only the startup ecosystem, but also the normal education, the environment, right?
Yeah.
So I think that you can sell it to many university or the high school. So did you have any experience for the normal education market, the university or high school?
Yeah, so I did a lot of training in the university market with my last business. We worked with NYU, different state schools in the US. We worked with schools in Europe, in the UK, in China. We worked with KAIST for one of our programs. And our target is not just the university market. I think that will be a big part of it. We have already signed actually Seokyeong University as a customer here in Korea. So it's one of the many target segments for us as universities, specifically right now around entrepreneurship education. I think the university space specifically is a crowded space. Our goal in the beginning is really to own a small segment of the market and use that to expand outside of there. Just like I read that C&T has a huge market share, right? Like 97%. And I think that's very smart, and I like that strategy. So I would love for us to own over 90% of a market, a specific market, and then expand out from there.
Oh, very good. So the second question is what's your first target market? So I think that your market is very big. So some startup market and some university market. So what's your first target?
Yeah, so our first target is actually startup accelerators.
Accelerator.
Yeah, so our mission is really to be the education platform for the future of jobs. And so if you think about automation and how automation is getting rid of a lot of these jobs, a big option is going to be the freelancer economy. Freelancer economy, people starting their own businesses. And my background coming from working in entrepreneurship education, we have a lot of relationships all over the world with accelerator programs. And so our first 8 pilot customers were 8 different accelerators in 8 different countries. We had US, we had UK, we had Nigeria, China, Korea, Ecuador, and a few others. And so we're targeting the initial startup market because it's a good gateway into different countries. And also it touches a couple other things. It touches, usually most of these jobs are created in the tech space. So when it comes to these accelerator programs, they have a network of enterprises. Like if you think about KSGC and NIPA and the programs, they have a network of not only startup mentors who are experts in different topics like user experience, product management, innovation. These are the topics that the new jobs are being created in. So we have those experts linked to us through these programs, and also they have enterprises who are doing many internal retraining programs around innovation and things like that. So this is the space that we know best. We have a lot of connections in this space, and it for us it looks like a perfect gateway into bigger markets.
Okay. Actually, I were monitoring your activity and your some sales partner in Korea last few years.
Yeah.
So I think actually there was some competitor in South Korea.
Yeah.
So I had some experience using the similar your solution or
Yeah.
So I some tested the similar your the platform. So I think there are some competitors in South Korea. So
Yeah.
what's your competitiveness?
Yeah.
Than that.
This was the question I messed up in my pitch. I think if I got this question right, we would have done a lot better. But the key competitive advantage for us is that we are a cross-border company. So my co-founder is Korean, I'm American, and we're building a global team. And we're the key competitive advantage is that we can bring multinational companies from outside of Korea, who they have some operations in Korea. All these multinationals know Korea is the R&D center, becoming the R&D center of the world. They want to hire more people here. We have the culture and the DNA to work with those multinational companies and bring them to Korea that I think would be harder for a local player who's just focusing on the Korean market. So having a global perspective and being cross-border, we can actually bring multinationals to help them hire in Korea.
So I think the most important thing. So you already had many MOU with
Yeah.
many some partners, but I think that you try to make some real use case.
Yeah.
So next year, that we make that some use case together.
Yeah.
So I think we have the many acceleration program
Yeah.
in South Korea. So I will make some use case with you.
Oh, thank you.
My pleasure.
That's awesome.
Okay, thank you for presentation and Q&A.
Yeah.
It's my honor and it's our CNGTech Startup Studios honor.
Thank you so much for the help.
Okay. 네, 이번에 2위를 한 로켓십 대표와 이야기를 나눠봤습니다. 그랜드 챌린지 프로그램 내년도 5년 차고요. 저희도 한번 내년도 6년 차고요. 내년에도 한번 신인테크 다시 도전해 보려고 하는데요. 정말 많은 스타트업들이 우리나라에 와서 또 정착하고 또 성장해서 다시 아시아 시장에 또 진출하는 또 한국 서울이 교두보 역할하는 그런 미래가 오기를 저는 믿고 있습니다. 앞으로 신인테크 더 열심히 하도록 하겠습니다. 이것으로 방송을 마치도록 하겠습니다.